What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how the Atlanta Falcons can be a very good team next year in the 2024 NFL season. But without further ado, please like, subscribe. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, and it would just be greatly appreciated if we can get some more subscribers, and share this video with a lot of people. That'll be helpful. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today I want to talk about the Atlanta Falcons, and I think the Atlanta Falcons are a very interesting team in my opinion. Right? They're not like an insane team like from last year, where like they were on the cusp of making the playoffs, or they made an insane playoff run. No, they actually missed the playoffs last year. They were 7-10, and in my opinion, when I thought of the Atlanta Falcons last year, I thought they would make the playoffs because I thought they had a very talented roster. But little did I know that Arthur Smith was going to be one of the worst head coaches of all time, because he just does not want to use his good players on the team. Like, he barely used Kyle Pitts, barely used Bijan Robinson. He just wanted to use people like Jonnu Smith, like backup tight ends, when you already have a star tight end. Like, I don't know, he kind of trolled a lot of fantasy owners, if you know what I mean. I had Kyle Pitts on one of my fantasy teams, and he did not perform well because he didn't get as much touches as his backup, Jonnu Smith, for some reason. But that's for another story. Arthur Smith did get fired, and they did hire Raheem Morris, who is, in my opinion, a very good head coach. A good head coach hiring. He was in the McVay tree, which was very helpful. You see a lot of coaches who are in the Sean McVay tree become very successful. So that's a very good hire. And then let's look at the roster. That's what I wanted to start off with. I think Micah Abernathy was pretty good this season. Algier, he's a backup running back, I think, to Bijan Robinson. He was pretty solid, but that's not the players I want to go into. I want to go into Calais Campbell. This offseason, he is a free agent, and if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I'm definitely re-signing him, at least to a 1-year deal. You definitely want him. He's a good veteran presence, solid edge rusher. So you definitely want to keep him. He would be very scary for many opposing offenses. Also, Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates is very good. Very good pickup they had in the free agency last year. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he came for free agency last year, which was pretty good. He's one of the really good safeties in the league. And then I think Jeff Okudah, who came from the Lions last year, played an insane role. And obviously, you know, the GOAT, Younghoe Koo, one of the best kickers. But kickers are not the most important position, but you know what I'm saying. But I want to talk about their draft position, actually. So I already talked about the defensive side of the ball, so I'm just going to summarize. I think in order for the Falcons to be good next year, I think they need to upgrade in the linebacker position. They definitely need to re-sign Calais Campbell. I would keep Jeff Okudah for at least a 1 or 2 year deal, and I would definitely keep Jesse Bates. I think those are your top 4 priorities for the defensive side of the ball. But I want to talk about offensive side of the ball, because I think that was kind of a problem last year, right? Desmond Ridder really wasn't the quarterback that the Falcons really wanted. Like, he wasn't that good. He didn't produce really well. He became he got benched after like week 5 to Taylor Heineke of all quarterbacks. So they need a quarterback instantly, and they have some options. They can obviously go with Kirk Cousins, but I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins might re-sign with the Vikings, and he's kind of old. Like, I don't know if that would be very sustainable for the Falcons. But a quarterback that I think that the Atlanta Falcons should definitely try to pursue, and trade for is none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Justin Fields. Yes, my favorite player. Yes, the starting quarterback right now of the Chicago Bears. So now with the Chicago Bears having obviously the number 1 pick. If you see here, the Chicago Bears do have the number 1 pick due to Carolina, the trade from last year. It's looking like the Chicago Bears are going to draft Caleb Williams. Do I agree with that? No. I definitely made a video about that, so you can go check it out about that. But I definitely think with the reports I'm hearing from Adam Schefter and others, I think the Bears are going to reset in the quarterback clock, and they're going to select Caleb Williams at number 1. And Justin Fields is going to be on the trade block. If I'm Atlanta, I am definitely, and I'm saying that with a lot of intention, that they should trade for Justin Fields. Justin Fields is one of the most spectacular quarterbacks in the league when it comes to... He's very special. He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the league when it comes to escaping the pocket, maneuvering around defenders. He's very good at that. He's one of the hardest players to sack. I mean, obviously he takes a lot of sacks, but he is one of the hardest players to sack. This season, he did have a down year. I mean, he didn't have the best passing numbers. He had 2,500 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. But he was also injured for four games this season due to a right thumb injury. So had he played those games, I'm pretty sure he would have been a 3,000-yard passer, maybe 3,400-yard passer. We don't know. Probably had 20, 22, 25 touchdowns. I'm just trying to skew the stats here. But Justin Fields, in my opinion, has improved as a passer. He's definitely a really good runner. And imagine that offense. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Justin Fields with Bijan Robinson in the backfield. That would be just insane. Again, Justin Fields is very young. He's only 25 years old. He's still on a rookie deal. I think after next year, you're going to have to pay Justin Fields the money. You're going to have to pay him a bag. But I think he's worth the investment, in my opinion. So now the question is, if the Atlanta Falcons are going to try to pursue for Justin Fields, what would be the trade package? Like, what would the Chicago Bears want for him? If I'm the Chicago Bears, I'm asking for a first-round pick for Justin Fields. I know it's not feasible. I know a lot of people are going to say I'm crazy for saying that. But I would at least start with a first-round pick. And if the Atlanta Falcons are not willing to do that, then I guess you go for a second-round pick. But I'm going to talk in the point of view of the Atlanta Falcons. If the Chicago Bears are asking for a first-round pick, I would definitely go for him, because the reason why I would risk a first-round pick for Justin Fields is because the team around him is pretty good. I mean, you got Bijan Robinson. Like, the team fits Justin Fields' timeline, and he's not a very old quarterback. Like, I would rather trade a first or second-round pick for Justin Fields, who's a very young quarterback and has a lot of room to grow, and who was shown potential in the league, than sign someone like a veteran like Kirk Cousins, or trade for like a Deshaun Watson or Daniel Jones, like who's been proven. Like I think Deshaun Watson is a pretty decent quarterback, but he's kind of regressed ever since his suspension. So I think Justin Fields is definitely worth the investment. Now, enough about me talking about Justin Fields. I feel like, in summary, I think the Falcons should definitely go and try to trade for Justin Fields. If they don't, I guess they can go with Kirk Cousins, but I mean, I just don't see it. Like, I just don't see Kirk Cousins like fulfilling the timeline of the Atlanta Falcons, because the Atlanta Falcons, in my opinion, at least the offense, is very young. It's a very young offense, and I just don't know if Kirk Cousins, who's like 34, is going to come in and fix everything. And he's not a very mobile quarterback, so I mean, it's what the Falcons want. And I just want to quickly, briefly talk about Drake London and Kyle Pitts. I think they had pretty decent seasons this year. Kyle Pitts was really close. Drake London was really close to getting 1,000 yards with 110 targets. I think with Justin Fields or a better quarterback, he would definitely get those numbers up. And he's a very talented up-and-coming receiver. And then, that's actually crazy. He was a first-round pick, 8th pick. And the Falcons, for the second year in a row, are having the 8th pick in the draft. And then Kyle Pitts, he just doesn't get used, like, enough. He had 667 yards, 3 touchdowns. In my opinion, Kyle Pitts is one of the best tight ends in the league. if utilized. I mean, he's at least a top 10 tight end in the league, maybe top 15. But, like, if he had a good quarterback, again, like, notice how I'm saying good quarterback. If he had a good quarterback that can actually throw him the ball and a coach that actually will let the quarterback use him in plays, Kyle Pitts and Drake London will be a very good, interesting combo. And we already know what Bijan Robinson is. I don't need to pull up his stats. He's already a fantastic player. So, yeah, that's basically it, guys. I think the Atlanta Falcons, in my opinion, if they have to give up the 8th overall pick to get Justin Fields, I say go for it. Because think about it. You get Justin Fields, you automatically have the best quarterback in your division. You can argue maybe Baker Mayfield's better, but I think Baker Mayfield's team's going to get worse next year because I don't know if they're going to retain Mike Evans, and the team, they have a lot of old players on the Buccaneers team, so I don't know if they can retain all of them. So you definitely have the best quarterback in the division, and I think that's worth getting a first-round pick. I mean, realistically, if the Atlanta Falcons did keep the first overall pick and they only traded a second, that's also a win-win. And if they kept the first-round pick, I definitely think that the Falcons should definitely choose probably either an edge rusher to pair with Calais Campbell, like a Dallas Turner or Jared Verse, or go and beef up the offensive line and get someone like maybe a Joe Alt or someone else, right? Or a center maybe, or even trade down. Like, there's so many options that Atlanta Falcons have, and I just think that the Atlanta Falcons are an up-and-coming team. So you guys all let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are the Atlanta Falcons going to be good next year? Like, give me you guys' thoughts. Or am I just overreacting or overrating this team? Please comment down below. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on with the next video.